Good afternoon, all of you. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the problems on WSS process. That means wide sense stationary process. Wide sense stationary process. Okay. Anyone? What are the conditions for the process to be wide sense stationary? What are the conditions for the process to be wide sense stationary? ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా క్లాస్లో? చెప్పండి, కండిషన్స్ చెప్పండి. వైడ్ సెన్స్ స్టేషన్ అవడం కండిషన్స్.
Mean and autocorrelation
Okay.
Does not depend on time.
Okay. The mean value is constant, and the second one is the autocorrelation function does not depend on time. It only depends on shift in time. Shift in time tau. Okay, thank you. Now the problem is prove that a random process x of t equal to a cos omega ct plus theta is wide sense stationary process. Wide sense stationary process if it is assumed that a and omega naught are constants and theta is a variable. That means uniformly distributed variable in the interval 0, 2 pi. Uniformly distributed variable on the interval 0, 2 pi. That means he has given a random process x of t. We have to prove that this process is wide sense stationary and also a and omega naught are constants. Here theta is a uniformly distributed variable. Theta is uniformly distributed variable in the interval 0, 2 pi. That means here theta is a variable and remaining a and omega are constants. Okay. Now we have to prove that this process is a wide sense stationary process. Wide sense stationary process. For that we have to prove the mean value is constant. We have to prove that the mean value is constant. That means this value is constant. That is e of x of t equal to x of t into expectation of x of t equal to x of t into f of x comma t dx, right? This is the formula. We have to prove that e of x of t is a constant, right? Here x of t is a random process. Here x of t is a random process. He has given the value of x of t and we have to find out the f of x of t. What is f of x of t here? What is f of x colon t here?
A random process.
X colon t is a density function of a random process. Here f of x is a density function. This formula is similar to e of x. That means expectation of x, which is a random variable. Here x is a random variable. E of x equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx is the formula. X into f of x is the x into f of x dx is the formula, where f of x is the density function of a random variable x, right? The density function of a random variable x. Here, in place of x, we have to consider x of t because it is a random process. Then f of x colon t is the density function of a random process x of t. That means we have to find out the density function of f of x of t. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to problem, he has not given the density function, right? Right? Here he was not given the density function, but he has given the theta is a uniformly distributed variable on the interval 0, 2 pi. Now, if you recollect the distribution functions, there is uniform distribution, right? There are discrete distributions and continuous distribution. In discrete, there are two types. One is binomial, and second one is Poisson distribution. In continuous, there are also three types like uniform distribution, exponential distribution, and the last one is Gaussian or normal distribution. These three are continuous distributions. Here he has given theta is uniformly distributed variable, right? Now by using this, we have to find the f of theta. What is the value of f of x for uniform distribution? Uniform distribution, that is f of x equal to 1 by b minus a. F of x equal to 1 by b minus a in the limits a less than x less than b. Here which is a is not 0. This is the formula. If you verify it, the probability density function of uniform distribution is f of x equal to 1 by b minus a in the limits a less than x less than b is equal to 0 otherwise. Now here in this formula here x is a random variable, right? X is a variable, that means a random variable. For that, x is varying in between a and b, right? Here x is a variable. Now in this problem has given theta is variable which is uniformly distributed variable. That's why we are using this formula 1 by b minus a. Why? Because he has given the interval 0, 2 pi here. That means here a is equal to 0, here a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 2 pi, right? A is equal to 0 and b is equal to 2 pi. Now this formula becomes 1 by b minus a. B is equal to 2 pi, and a is equal to 0, which is 2 pi minus 1 by 2 pi. Limits 0 to 2 pi theta. Okay. Now this is the density function of a random variable or of a random process. This is the density function f of theta. F of theta is a density function. We have derived the density function by using the condition given in the problem. Okay. Now the first one is the mean value. So the formula is e of x of t is equal to x of t into f of x comma t dx. This is the formula, right? Now what are the limits? What are the limits here? The limits
0
are
to 2 pi.
okay, thank you. The limits are 0 to 2 pi. Now we have taken 0 and 2 pi here. And what is the value of x of t? x of t is a cos omega ct plus theta, which is a random process given the problem, and f of theta. F of theta is a density function of a random variable, and here we are considering theta in place of x because he has given theta is a variable. For that, we have to derive with respect to, or we have to integrate with respect to variable theta here. So this is d theta, d theta. Okay. Please, any
Okay,
doubts?
sir.
Any doubts? Please ask me. Okay, this is a basic problem, and it is very important, and we will solve so many problems based on this basic problem. This is all about formulas and substitution. Simple formulas and substitution. Here, this is the formula. This is the formula, and here x of t is substituted with a into cos omega ct plus theta, and f of x comma t, which is density function. We will substitute f of theta here, and f of theta is calculated by using the condition uniform distribution, because he has given the theta is uniformly distributed. The theta is uniformly distributed. Theta is uniformly distributed, right? Now, f of theta value is 1 by 2 pi. F of theta value is 1 by 2 pi. The limits are 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Now, in place of f of theta, we substitute 1 by 2 pi, 1 by 2 pi, a cos omega ct plus the omega naught t plus theta. Here a is also constant. He is given in this problem, a and omega is constant, right? For this, we have to take a by 2 pi as common. Take a by 2 pi as common. A by 2 pi is common. Right? Now, here cos omega naught t plus theta is here with respect to theta in the limits 0 to 2 pi. Now, we have to integrate this function and substitute these limits 0 to 2 pi. Substitute these limits 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Now, for cos omega naught t plus theta, it is sin omega naught t plus theta integration, and substitute in the limits 0 to 2 pi, and substitute 2 pi in place of theta. That means sin 360 plus theta. Sin 360 plus theta minus sin theta. What is sin 360 plus theta? 2 pi means 360, right? What is sin 360 plus theta?
Sin theta, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sin 360 plus theta కూడా రాదా అవరికి? This is sin theta, and here also is 0. It is also sin omega naught plus theta. Both are cancelled, and we will get 0 here, and we will get 0. That means E of x of t is equal to 0. That means mean value is equal to 0. Mean value is equal to 0, and which is a constant value. What is the condition for Whiteson stationary? The mean value should be constant, right? Here E of x of t is equal to 0, which is a constant value. The first condition is satisfied. The first condition is satisfied. Now, what about second one? The autocorrelation function is depends on shift in time. That means autocorrelation function is a function of tau. Here it is tau, a function of tau, not on t. That means it does not depend on time t, but depends only on shift in time. Shift in time, which is the condition for condition of autocorrelation function for function to be Wide-sense stationary process. Wide-sense stationary process. This is the formula for autocorrelation function, as you all know. As all you know, all of you know about this. Okay. Here you have to substitute the values of x of t and x of t plus tau here. It is expectation of x of t. What is x of t? A cos omega naught t plus theta. A cos omega naught t plus theta, right? Into x of t plus tau. That means in place of t, we have to substitute t plus tau. We have to substitute t plus tau. That means in place of t, we have to substitute t plus tau. That becomes a cos omega naught t plus omega naught tau plus theta. Because omega naught is common for t plus tau, and we have to distribute the functions. Okay. This is a simple trigonometric calculation. Here a and also here a both are constants. A into a, which is a square into e of, that means expectation of cos omega naught t plus theta into cos omega naught t plus omega naught tau plus theta. This is expectation of. Now, this is in the form of cos a plus b. See, cos a cos b. Sorry, this is in the form cos a into cos b. Right? You all are very familiar with trigonometric functions and equations. Now, what is the formula for cos A, cos B? What is the formula for cos A, cos B? If you multiply with the 2 here, then it becomes 2 cos A, cos B, right? And divided by 2. Multiply by 2 and divided by 2 here. 2 cos A, cos B. Then it becomes cos A plus B plus cos A minus B here. 2 cos A, cos B nothing but cos A plus B plus cos A minus B, right? Cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. We solve this. And if you apply expectation to both these terms, it becomes expectation of cos 2 omega naught t plus omega naught tau plus 2 theta plus expectation of a square by 2 into expectation of cos omega naught tau here. So cos omega naught tau. Okay. Any doubts? చెప్పండి మన డౌట్స్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. Okay. Here to solve, which is expectation of some value, right? What is the formula for expectation of? Suppose if you take it as x, taken as x, then what it becomes? E of x. E of x is nothing but integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx, right? Integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. And also, if you take it as a random process x of t, then it becomes integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into f of x dx, right? Now, if you solve this expectation of some cost function, which is integral minus infinity to infinity, here it is expectation of some f of x. Cos 2 omega naught t plus omega naught tau plus 2 theta into f of theta. What is f of theta here? 1 by 2 pi into d theta into d theta and a square by 2 into cos omega naught tau. And here this function was solved and cos function is solved integrated by using the limits 0 to 2 pi, which becomes sine of 2 omega naught t plus omega naught tau plus 2 theta by 2. Okay, by 2 here. And if we substitute this value in place of theta, which is of 4 pi, and which is equal to 0, right? We solve both these equations, 2 omega naught t plus omega naught tau plus 4 pi. What is sin 4 pi plus theta? What is sin 4 pi plus theta? What is the value of sin 4 pi plus theta? Anyone? What is the value of sin 4 pi plus theta? Sin 4 pi plus theta. Hmm? Come on. Sin 4 pi plus theta is sin theta, right? This is sin theta. And the sin theta, sin omega naught t plus omega naught tau, okay? Both these are cancelled. 0. Finally, it becomes a square by 2 cos omega naught tau. A square by 2 cos omega naught tau. Then it is the function of, the value is the function of tau, right? Not the function of t. Because it does not depend on time, but it depends on shift in time. Shift in time. It is tau. That means this is the autocorrelation function. Autocorrelation function. The second condition also satisfied. The second condition also satisfied for bidirectional stationary process. The second condition also satisfied. What is the second condition? The autocorrelation function is the function of tau not on, depends on tau not on t. Finally, we get the value a square by 2 to cos omega naught tau. Cos omega naught tau, this is depends only on tau, right? It will not depend on t here. So, the random process a cos omega naught t plus theta is a Whitson stationary process. Is Whitson stationary process. Have you understood the problem? We already shared this material. Can I share this material to you? Fourth and fifth unit material. Material share చేశానో తెలియదు మీకు ఎవరు తెలియదు షేర్ చేశానో తెలియదా
షేర్ చేయలేదు సార్.
తెలియదా I will share that material now itself. Please, the problems are చూడండి Whitson stationary problem already explain చేసిన చదువుతుంది ఈజీ విత్ ట్రిగ్నోమెట్రిక్ ఎలాగైతే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు ఇంటర్మీడియట్లో సో మధ్య ఎనీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ లేకపోతే మరి కండిషన్స్ ఒకటి ఫాలో అయితే సరిపోతుంది మీరు షేర్ చేస్తాం సరే ప్రాబ్లమ్ చూడండి దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ తర్వాత మనం ట్రై చేయాలి మటన్ తీసుకున్నారు
తీసుకున్నాను సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే ఇది చాలా